He's one of the greatest boxers, if not the greatest boxer in history. He's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago. And for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. I just see some of these things, and this is just my personal feeling. This is not a movie. This is not Rocky 3, where Rocky is going against Thunderbolt, who that was his name, or Hulk Hogan, okay?
Floyd is not interested in boxing anymore. Okay. So he's interested in cashing in on events.
Before he wants an exhibition with me, but I disagree, and I want to fight with exhibition with him. I want to fight a real fight like this. So this is it. This is what I'm waiting for.
Outspoken analysts Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman have stirred controversy by criticizing Floyd Mayweather Jr. over talks of a rematch with Manny Pacquiao. Mayweather publicly referred to the bout as an exhibition, despite reports claiming that contracts for a legitimate fight had already been signed. Stephen A. Smith also suggested that Mayweather may be intentionally playing mind games regarding the situation.
I think that this is just a selling point. I think ultimately Mayweather has to agree to whatever the contract is. If it's a fight, I think one of the comments the other day really made a point that, one of the comments in our chat made a point that, has really stuck with me. Mayweather has to know the terms he agreed to. Come on, I mean, you can't just sign something and not know those terms. You gotta know that if it is in fact it has to be a fight, then he would do this, and he knows he's got to go through with a fight. He may just be saying this just to sell the fight in general. Just you sell it as make it a talking point, make it a controversial point, so that people want to wind up talking about it more. It becomes a topic of discussion, and then from that perspective, people end up watching. More people end up watching it because it becomes more of a polarizing topic of conversation. So I don't know. I see this eventually getting straightened out. I think it has to. I mean, Floyd has to fight right now. I think Mayweather probably wants to fight right now. I mean, Mayweather wants to fight and probably has to fight right now, and Pacquiao seems to want to and have to as well. So in one way or another, I think it's going to.
Similar to Stephen A. Smith's view, many analysts believe Floyd Mayweather's comments describing the Pacquiao rematch as an exhibition may not reflect genuine confusion or a contract dispute. Instead, they suggest it could be a calculated strategy to frame the fight in a more controversial or provocative way. This approach may be aimed at generating additional attention, debate, and publicity around the bout.
Manny, by chance, did you see what Floyd said? I think he's saying that he feels it's an exhibition and not a real fight.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract we signed is a real fight.
Real fight, okay. Yeah, because I know he said.
I want to fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or not.
Yeah, it's a real fight. Yeah.
The Sphere still in Las Vegas?
That's the contract that he signed. I mean.
Yeah. So it's still happening then.
He has to remember that.
But it's still on. It's still happening.
Oh yeah, we did sign the contract already, so there's no reason why.
Why wouldn't?
Why wouldn't?
Yeah. All right. Look good. You look already in shape. What adjustments do you think you're gonna make for the rematch? Adjustments compared to the first fight.
I have the improved and better strategy compared to the last.
Controversy erupted when Mayweather publicly described the rematch as an exhibition, which appeared to contradict not only Manny Pacquiao's statements, but also the understanding of promoters, broadcasters, and other stakeholders involved in organizing the event. This sudden shift in narrative quickly raised concerns and questions among those following the situation.
Has been a breach of contract in terms of what Mayweather had to say the fight weekend of Fundora and Thurman. Apparently he did an interview, said that it was an exhibition, that these guys didn't have anything to prove, that their legends were already set in stone, and that it would be an exhibition. He wasn't sure if it was going to be at the Sphere. Apparently, that is not true. According to a Boxing Scene article that interviewed Jaz Mathur, the CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, said that, yes, the fight is contracted for the Sphere, booked at the Sphere, scheduled at the Sphere for September 19th. It is booked as a professional fight, not as an exhibition. It was never booked as an exhibition, which makes sense because Netflix got behind it, and I would assume that they would not want an exhibition. We said the other day, I think it was actually yesterday, we said that this fight has to be a real fight and not an exhibition because, one, Netflix is involved, two, Manny Pacquiao wants that get back. And two, also just betting lines. It's a huge aspect of this sport, and this kind of fight is going to generate.
Manny Pacquiao Promotions has accused Floyd Mayweather of breaching the contract, alleging that he signed multiple agreements confirming the bout as a professional fight. They also claim to have documented evidence, including digital signatures and formal records, supporting their position.
Pacquiao is the active, sharper fighter by the time he fights Floyd in a rematch, and Floyd would be in danger of being stopped. And in that fight, there is a very good chance that Pacquiao will stop Floyd Mayweather.
What? Max Kellerman has strongly argued that in a rematch, Manny Pacquiao could potentially stop Floyd Mayweather Jr. with relative ease. He suggests that Pacquiao has remained more active in recent years, showing sharper combinations and relentless fighting pace, which he believes could overwhelm Mayweather in a second encounter.
It's up to him. If he come out to retirement, then we'll have a Mayweather Pacquiao too.
Would you do an exhibition with him, or would you potentially entertain an exhibition with someone like maybe a Conor McGregor?
No, I don't like exhibition. Like I want. If Mayweather is my opponent, I don't like exhibition. Like I want fight. Like there's.
Manny Pacquiao has consistently pushed for an official rematch, firmly rejecting the idea of an exhibition bout. He insists that the fight should be a legitimate professional contest rather than a staged spectacle. This position directly conflicts with Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s reported preference, making it increasingly unlikely that the bout would proceed under exhibition rules or without a clear contractual agreement on competitive terms.
Mayweather has already taken a cash advance payment of his purse for the upcoming Manny Pacquiao rematch on Netflix, despite it currently being in jeopardy. I don't even know how that's possible. Who gave him a cash advance before they even got to the fight? I understand like paying some up front to secure the fight, but paying everything? Maybe it's not what it is. Maybe the cash advance is like partial. But still, what? So if this is to be believed, and this is via ESPN, this is not, random Twitter person reporting this. I think Mike Coppinger also reported the same thing. If this is to be believed, Floyd took a cash advance and then undermined the promotion of his own fight to try to protect his 50-0 record and still.
Reports suggest that Floyd Mayweather Jr. received advance payments tied to an agreement for a professional bout with Manny Pacquiao. These funds were allegedly based on the fight being officially sanctioned, which has raised questions about whether any change in the bout's status could potentially conflict with the original contractual terms.
When you're that great and you're that elite, not just anyone deserves to be in the ring with you, even if you are retired, even if it is for exhibition purposes. A lot of people out there wish they could be in the ring, on a basketball court with a LeBron James. All right? You don't deserve it. You're not him. You're not on his level. He's so elite. He's so phenomenal. You don't deserve to be in that arena with him unless you've earned it. So that's just how I look at it. These exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Stephen A. Smith has been openly critical of Floyd Mayweather Jr., questioning the level of competition the undefeated champion has faced in recent years.
Floyd was like, well, actually, from the fighter's point of view, my best interest is take minimal risk, maximum reward, not get hit, get out with all my money and all my marbles, right? Like, that's in the fighter's best interest. Fighters' and fans' interests diametrically opposed. And so what Floyd figured out after a while, for example, with Pacquiao, Stephen A., is I don't have to fight this dude at the height of his powers. I can wait. Okay, I'll fight him now. Now there's pent-up demand. I'm going to make 5 times more than I would have made back then to fight a guy who's not as dangerous as he was back then. That's smart. And then what he realized is, wait a minute, because Conor McGregor's rise, I don't even have to fight fighters, boxers. I can fight dudes who don't box and make $100 million. Now, what fool wouldn't do that if he could? Why fight a guy who's trained his whole life to box you for $30 million when you can fight a guy who hasn't trained his whole life boxing for $100 million? Well, of course, Floyd's right about that, so that's what he did. And since then, he's realized, Stephen A., he never has to get in the ring with a dude who's trained his whole life to box and he can make money. Whether it's a Japanese kickboxer, right, who's smaller than him, whether it's Logan Paul, who's a YouTube star who's twice his size, it doesn't matter. if you haven't trained in boxing your whole life, it's easy work for Floyd at any age, and he's going to make...
Absolutely. Kellerman argues that Floyd Mayweather has mastered a strategy of taking lucrative, low-risk bouts against YouTubers and UFC fighters who are not elite boxers. According to this view, these matchups allow him to earn massive paydays while avoiding the risks associated with facing top-level professional boxing competition in the current era.
Could be one of the most detrimental moments in Floyd Mayweather's career. Floyd Mayweather is back. Iron Mike Zambidis is actually from K1. And this dude was a monster. From the highlights I've seen, he would walk up to you, fire off combinations, and send your chin into the fourth dimension. Here's the only problem. His last fight was 10 years ago. So I don't expect Zambidis to, put on a masterful performance against Mayweather and beat him. But I also don't expect Mayweather to do a lot of damage to Zambidis. Mayweather's 48 years old. Mike Zambidis is 45 years old. If Mike Zambidis comes in and he's got that, quick style where he can just unload pressure on Floyd Mayweather, again, this could be a huge moment for Zambidis and a detrimental moment for Mayweather. So, what do you think of Floyd Money Mayweather versus...
Adding another layer to the controversy is Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s continued involvement in exhibition fights against non-boxers and crossover athletes. There have even been claims that his planned exhibition bouts, including one with kickboxer Mike Zambidis, could potentially violate terms of the Pacquiao contract.
Do you feel the demand is going to match up to the expectations?
Better. I think that demand-wise, look, people are always going to have comments. They're always going to have something to say. A lot of people are excited. A lot of people are saying, oh, this fight's not going to do that great. Or why are they doing this? They're so old. They're this, that. Those are going to be the first people that are going to want to watch it. I think leading up closer to the fight, when people start seeing their training camp videos, then they're going to be like, wow, this is not a joke. These guys are in serious conditioning, right? Because a lot of time you see boxers, they're in their early 20s, they're great. And when they hit their mid-30s, they're completely out and they just can't continue anymore. These guys are different. They're built different. They are different. There's a reason why they're global icons.
Despite the ongoing controversies, CEO Jazz Mather has maintained that the rematch between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao is still on track and will be an official professional bout. He believes the fight will be explosive, highly competitive, and worthy of its global hype, emphasizing that both fighters remain in excellent condition and sharp despite their age. According to him, the matchup is expected to be a serious and compelling contest rather than a mere exhibition.
Let's get into some of the key particulars as well. How many rounds is the fight? What weight will it be contested at? What ounce gloves will be used? Can you share some details there?
So 10 to 12 rounds, 8-ounce gloves. The weight has not been confirmed yet. Okay, we're still waiting on Floyd's side for this one, but it'll be about, we're hoping around 147 is what Manny wants.
Gotcha. And it sounds like the rounds could be either 10 or 12?
10 or 12, yeah.
And these will be 3-minute rounds?
Yeah.
According to Jazz Mather, the proposed rematch between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao is expected to be contested over 10 to 12 rounds using 8-ounce gloves. Mather explained that these specifications are intended to balance competitiveness with the fighter's late career physical condition, ensuring both safety and entertainment value. He also noted that while Pacquiao's side is pushing for a 147-pound welterweight limit, the exact weight has not yet been finalized and remains subject to confirmation from Mayweather's camp. The framework reflects ongoing negotiations aimed at preserving fairness while accommodating the commercial scale and global attention surrounding the bout, which is being positioned as one of the biggest boxing events in recent years.
When people say the biggest fight in boxing history, if you don't adjust for inflation, et cetera, or tickets sold, et cetera, Joe Louis and Max Schmeling, the rematch, Ali and Frazier, the first fight, these were the biggest fights in boxing history. But Mayweather and Pacquiao was easily the biggest fight of its era, of the generation. And it was the highest grossing fight of all time. Sure. Because it had 4.4 million pay-per-view buys at $100 a pop. Do the math, right? It's interesting because Netflix is obviously in the business of, you said, eventizing. Yes. Everyone, they want enormous events that become shared experiences. In a way, in this day and age, partly because of delivery systems of content like Netflix, everything is so niche. Everything is so is so compartmentalized that there's very few shared experiences. It's one of the reasons that
Max Kellerman notes that the first clash between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao was not just a fight, but one of the highest-grossing bouts of its era, often referred to as the fight of the century. It generated massive global attention and record-breaking revenue, including significant pay-per-view numbers and gate earnings, making it a historic benchmark in boxing. He argues that this legacy is a key reason platforms like Netflix are reportedly interested in promoting a rematch, aiming to recapture the same excitement and nostalgia for modern audiences. However, Kellerman believes the rematch is being marketed less as a competitive necessity and more as a nostalgic spectacle designed to revive memories of that iconic night, rather than deliver a prime, elite-level contest.
You mentioned not being 100% first time around. I think it was a shoulder, right? Was it a shoulder issue that you were fighting through, popped up during training? To the fans who are excited about this, but a little bit worried about another injury coming up, because we're all 11 years older than we were back in 2015. To them and their concerns, you say what?
Well, both of us are disciplined fighters, so him and me, we taking care of our body, and then we always work out almost every day and playing basketball like that. So right now, I still can fight. I feel like I'm still young. I mean,
Yeah.